What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 1 of The Climb. I'm your host, XRAY. I've been here the whole time. Joining me are two great gentlemen. The first person, the fan fave of all of Summit, and the current Syllabolo King, Bhrisy. What's up, my man?
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, let's go.
How we doing?
And my second person is a Thresh God and Ward number 2 by Goblin, Venom. What's up, my man?
Hello, Ward number 2 checking in.
Ward number 2 checking in. So, little introduction. So, Bhrisy, by the time this is releases, Bhrisy has shown up on Solo or Bolo. So I have a couple announcements. I invited a couple people to join the content team. These two gentlemen beside me are going to be, one of them is going to be in the show, The Climb, every week, whether it be Venom or Bhrisy. It's going to probably change week by week, but they'll be joining me on The Climb. And once again, we'll still have a special guest coming in every week, but let's get to know these fine gentlemen first. Let's start with Bhrisy. Bhrisy, I think you came into the league last season as a new top laner, and
Yeah. So I this is going to be my second Summit season. Last season was my first. I am going to give a shout out to Butts. He was the one who invited me to Summit, and
let's go.
It's been a great experience. I've really enjoyed my time, and there was nothing I was looking forward to more than Summit Season 3 after last season ended. And I've been playing League for probably 10 years. It's like 2014.
Oh wow!
And I have never taken the game as serious as I do now, and that's kind of all thanks to being thrust into the top lane against a lot of really good players.
Yeah, there's a lot of I think Summit is really awesome because there's a lot of competitive people in the server, and there's a lot of people willing to like teach you and how to like play the game and everything like that. And so I think Summit's
definitely
a great place to start if you're wanting to learn more about the game and play competitively. But yeah, let's move on to Venom. Venom, what was when did you officially start? I think it was like season 4 of La Liga, correct?
Yep. It was La Liga season 4. I was drafted by the devs, my good friend DV4VP. I got introduced to the league by Paul or Solpan, who I played league tournaments with when I was in college. Good friends with Paul, so he invited me, said, hey, you'd be interested. I signed up. He said he was going to draft me, but then David also signed up as a captain, so I got drafted by David. Like I said, La Liga season 4, and I've played every season since, except for this season, because I need to play RuneScape, or else Eldaho will beat me. So.
Oh, wait.
So yeah.
Is that why Eldaho's not playing? It's just
that I don't know.
Oh,
but
okay.
We are very committed to the RuneScape group.
Okay.
And then
I respect.
I've played in League of Legends. I've played League since season 2, end of season 2, which I think at this point is 12 years ago.
Forever ago.
Yeah, played Thresh since he came out. Still only really play Thresh. A little bit of Braum, but yeah, hey. 12 years on and off, mostly on.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, one of these two gentlemen will be joining me every week on The Climb, be discussing the weeks and the games for the week. But yeah, let's move on to Draft. Summit season has officially started with Draft.
Exciting stuff.
And Draft has officially finished. And games officially start playing on Monday the 29th, in 3 days specifically, when we were recording this. And so let's just go down the teams and kind of talk about some different planes. Let's start off with the Academy. So we got Sunny Blues in the top lane, XRAY in the jungle, and Mid2Easy in the mid lane, Strand ADC, and Triple P in the support role. So right off, I'm saying that this team is stacked, and it's probably a first place team. That's all I gotta say. I'll see you guys next week.
Oh man.
Maybe not.
But no, I'm gonna be honest. Have been playing a lot of games with Mid Too Easy, and he knows a lot about the game, and I've been learning a ton from him. We have played a scrim, and we did pretty well. So I'm excited to see where this team goes in the near future. And Bhrisy, what are your thoughts?
Well, XRAY, I am familiar with your gameplay in the top lane, though not so much in the jungle. Now, I personally haven't played on a team with any of these players, so I don't really want to talk too much about their gameplay. Other than yours, XRAY, I will say last season, me taking that solo bolo title away was an honor, and I hope to hold on to it. And I mean, as far as the roles go, Mid Too Easy, yeah, being one of the max bid mid laners, being a high, is it master player?
Yeah, I think he's Grandmasters. I'm not sure. I think he was 500 LP. So
Okay, gotcha.
He's got to be close to getting Challenger. I'm pretty sure.
I see a lot of carry potential coming out of that lane, but I think it's all going to depend on how you yourself play in the jungle and how that bot lane's going to be able to stack up against some of the other ones.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Venom.
Yeah, look at this team. Sunny off-rolling top, X-Ray off-rolling jungle is gonna be an interesting one.
Listen,
I've seen Sunny Blues has won a title as a jungler on was it Kanga's team season?
Joso's.
Was it season 1? Yeah, Joso season 1.
No, not season 1. That was Elend.
Summit season 1.
Summit season. Oh, okay. For some
yeah,
reason,
Summit
I
season 1.
La Liga season 1. I was like, no,
no,
was
sorry. Summit season 1. We're in Summit.
Yes.
I don't know what that other league you're talking about is. This is Summit.
Some ancient league.
Summit season 1. Sunny played jungle, so I believe
distant memory.
I believe Sunny can role swap and do pretty well. He plays a million games, so that bot lane is going to be tested. They are going to need to pray in a lot of those bot lane matchups.
Pray?
No offense. Strand's solid and so is PPP, but when you're going against lanes like Robin Dean, what is it? Thim? Who's Thim's support?
Barbecue Leona.
Tim and Barbecue Leona, Garrett and Silva. Yeah, it's gonna be. They're gonna have some tough times in that bot lane, but I think Mid Too Easy stacks up pretty well, and I think it'll be a pretty decent team. Not the worst, not the best. Depends on synergy and how much they practice, but I think they'll be middle of the pack. Can surprise.
Middle of the pack. You mean number 1, right?
Don't argue with him. He's gonna keep pushing it.
Yeah, if you say number 1, maybe add a 0 to the end of it. I think he'll be like 4, 5, 6 somewhere.
Yeah, I think realistically, I think this team has a lot of potential to do really well. It's just a matter of how we play the game, and so yeah, I think right now looking at 4, 5, 6, maybe a 1, 2, 3. That'd be pretty nice, but let's move on.
We'll see.
Let's move on to the next team, Team GodSpeed. The team has still not updated their team name or logo. So we got Space Walrus in the top lane, OT Gator in the jungle, GodSpeed in the mid lane, Silva in the bot lane, and then Alturas in the support role. And right now, I see 2 problems with this team. And it's their 2 solo lanes. And I mean, with the combination of 900 for cost-wise for Team GodSpeed, that's not looking like a very strong mid lane or top lane. Looking at some of these other teams, I'm like, wow. Some of these teams are really top side heavy. So it's going to kind of depend on how Space Walrus and GodSpeed kind of play. Is Space Walrus going to play, those weak side top laners and try to kite out and not lose a whole lot? Or are they going to fall and come short this season? Otherwise, I think this team is pretty solid. I just think it's gonna come down to their 2 solo lanes. So, Bhrisy, thoughts?
Well, again, another max bid. I want to say probably master, if not grandmaster, ADC was drafted by GodSpeed, and pairing him up with an awesome support like Alteris, I think that bot lane is going to be one of the, if not top bot lane that you're going to have to contend with. And then you really can't gloss over OT Gator at all, because the substitution that he went in and made on MNC last season brought them from 10th to 2nd. That it's unreal. It's unreal.
It's definitely a story for. It's gonna go on the record books of Summit. And...
Exactly, and so you got some lower rated top and mid laner, but if OT Gator can replicate what he did last season, I think that this team will definitely be a force to be reckoned with.
And Venom?
Yeah, this team, like you guys both said, their solo lanes, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. I know GodSpeed is Undercity Devil from last season, who subbed against our team.
Yeah.
And he held his own against Charles in the mid lane. Like he didn't int. Like he's a solid player. And then word on the street is Silva's a beast. And then obviously we all know Garrett, Alteris is very solid support. Has been one of the better supports in Summit and La Liga previously. OT Gator needs no introduction.
Not at all.
Like OT hater, OT Gator. Like he's a very, very good jungler, especially with, I'd say, a relatively weaker jungle pool this season. I'd definitely put him, unless I'm forgetting someone, probably top 3 jungles this season, with up there with Soulpan. Like I said, solo lanes are gonna be a problem. I think their first series is gonna be a real test of how their solo lanes are gonna hold up, because they play against Rob's team, where they're playing against arguably one of probably the best bot lane in terms of average rank between Dean and Rob.
So I've heard a rumor. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard Dean is actually playing mid lane. That is just a rumor. Cannot confirm, though.
God help GodSpeed then.
with the rule changes on role swaps, I think every team's gonna have to expect something different.
Right. Every game. Sure.
Yeah, and even if that's the case, I think Rob has shown in Summit and all Liga seasons that he could play with a support that's maybe not the best rank wise. Obviously he won with Hollow's Eve La Liga season 4, but last season we seemed to do relatively well, and I only played 3 games a month. So, but no, I think GodSpeed team's pretty solid. Like I said, I think they'll go as far as their bot lane goes. If the meta, I'll be honest, I don't really know what the meta is in terms of bot, like how well a bot lane can carry. But if it's a bot lane based meta, I think their team will do really well. But if the meta pushes away from bot lane, it's going to be a little rougher for them, and they'll have to rely more on OT Gator.
Sure. And I think this team, it's going to come down to their solo lanes. So we'll see what they can do in week 1, and we'll come back for episode 1 and see how they're doing. But moving on to the next team, the fan favorite team. This is going to be, this is definitely the for fun team, Fraud Watch. So you got Yahuza, or Yahuzi, I think is how you say it. Yahuzi in the top lane, Baratil in the jungle, Donnie in the mid lane, Affection and Fleas in the bot lane. That's Giuseppe Heck, if anyone doesn't know. So Fraud Watch. I'm gonna be honest, their logo alone is probably my favorite logo. It is.
Bro.
If anyone hasn't seen it yet, it is 5 lifeguards and ready for the day, and it's just really good, and it's just all their different Discord icons on the heads, and I think it's just so good. And Fraud Watch is just so funny to me. But honestly, I think this team is, super cool. I definitely was not expecting 3 insta bids or max bids by Baratil.
He's cooking something.
He was cooking something.
word on the street was he was at work trying to get his bids in.
That was
is
I
what I've
did
heard.
hear that rumor as well. So, but I mean, honestly, it's still not a terrible team. I mean, I don't know what Yuhuzi's rank is. I think he's like
Silver or gold.
silver or gold.
Yeah, I believe
I
it. I believe
think.
he's a gold player.
Don't
Gold
quote me
player?
on that, but I think
Okay.
based on his price, I think he's like gold.
Okay, so gold player, and then, I mean, Bertel. I mean, honestly, he may be. It may say he's like a gold player or a silver player, but honestly, he's probably like a plat player. Honestly,
Yeah,
with the way he
I'd
plays.
say so.
But he just doesn't play the game. So, and then you Donnie, which I think he hit diamond last split,
Yes.
and then
Correct.
Affection and Fleas do really solid emerald players. So, honestly, I think realistically, I think this team is not like too bad. I just think this is like not the best team you could have drafted. But you know, maybe Berto was cooking something. He's here for a good time, not the winning time. So, but I do like this team. I'm really excited to see how they play. I've heard rumors by Bertel that in their scrims they've not lost yet. So maybe they can recreate that on the stage. But they are playing against probably one of the best teams, Crayola Consumers, this week one.
Well,
So
I won't comment on the rumor of them winning all their scrims, but I think this team has the best, I guess, all around skill level as far as being able to, I guess be middle of the pack. I don't know. I mean, the three the three insta bids on pretty much all emerald players. Like, and I know you said Donnie hit diamond, but
for some reason he's not.
Yeah,
That's weird.
You top that off with Baratel, who, like you said, could definitely be a much higher rank than he is if he played the game a little bit more. But you're right. I mean, the energy that this team's going to put out and give off to each other can lead to a ton more wins than what the rest of the league is thinking that they're going to get. And I mean, yeah, just the vibes all around are going to be great here. I think they're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, Venom. Any thoughts?
So I'd like to preface this with, I think, I've never talked to Donnie or Yehuzi, but Bertel, Joe, and Fleas are great people.
Definitely.
Fellow Bada enjoyers with Bertel and Fleas.
That's me. Hey, I'm a Bada enjoyer too.
And I know Joe's gonna watch this and he's gonna comment it. But this team is going to get steamrolled. I'm sorry, but this team's like I said, I think they could win a series. I'm not gonna say they're gonna lose every single game, but I think that they will be 10th place. I said I want them to surprise me and win and play well and stuff, but I think the top lane is gonna be a weak point. No offense to Yehuzi, but like week 1 they play against Owen. Owen's gonna run through the top lane. And then Joe is very good at Aphelios. He's also very good in jungle at Echo. I know because I've had him on my team. But what if you don't win bot? Where are you gonna win? I don't know. I just don't see him. I see very difficult win conditions in every game. Especially with how strong bot lanes are. I think Joe and Fleas are individually good pieces to a good team, but I don't think this team is built to win. But great people though.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hit him with the compliment and then punch him directly in the face. But
Joe's
gonna
toast me in it, but
I respect it. And I think that's correct. By the way, Donnie did hit D4 and ended D4 and somehow did not go for a diamond player. I will be messaging.
No, Donnie's good though. I remember he got from plat to diamond, I think, in a matter of a month or two. Donnie's pretty solid, but there's a lot of really solid.
But why didn't he go for a diamond player though? He went for 1900. for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know.
The
It's okay.
question.
It's okay. I didn't handle drafts, so I don't care. But yeah, let's move on to the next team, which is Lord Tubbyton's team, which is another team that has not given me their thing. So why is okay? I'm assuming Shavachka it went for 1150 because on my thing it says
Yeah, there
went
was
for zero.
something with like they drafted My Hot Daddy or in Savachka. It's something
Oh
with the
yeah, that's
Savachka and My
right.
Hot Daddy.
They did it.
There
They
was
did
some
a trade.
swap. I don't know the
Yeah,
details,
that's right.
but I think that's
They
what
did
happened.
do a trade. I do remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this team's a little messed up because they're in different positions, but I don't think this is how the team is going to be laid out. It's Murph top lane, Shavachka in the jungle. I'm going to mess up that all season. Dandy in the mid lane, Pyrosis in the ADC role, and then Lord Tubbyton in the support role. So right now, I think so. Overall, not a terrible team. I mean, you have really high Emerald players, and I think Shavachka is a plat player, but otherwise, not a
I think
terrible.
Savachka's gold. I think
Oh, okay.
Savachka's
I
silver or gold.
I
Is he?
think they peaked plat. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
maybe
they
he
did.
did. I
Um,
thought he was gold.
but honestly, I don't think this is a terrible team. But honestly, this is another team where I'd probably put it in the middle of the standings. Not super like. I don't want to say like super bad, but I don't really see them beating some of these higher tier teams. I guess we'll see how they do against some of them, like Crayola Consumers or the Academy, or a couple other teams, Team Goblin. So we'll kind of see how they do. But right now, I'm putting them right in the middle of the pack, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7th. I don't think they'll go any lower than that. Maybe we'll see though. But yeah, Bhrisy, any thoughts?
Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you there on a lot of it. I don't think that they're gonna be a bottom team at all. I mean, you got to look at all the other teams and how some of the laners stack up. I mean, you have a bunch of teams who are either top heavy or bottom heavy. You have a couple really strong mid laners, so it's really going to come down to how they lay their team out. Who's going where and how they want to play around their carries, because there's going to be teams out there that are going to have designated players who are going to carry the game.
Right,
Like,
for sure.
Some teams are playing through mid lane, some teams are playing through top. This team just has to find their identity and play to their absolute strength, because that's what's gonna give them the best chance and them with the most wins.
Yeah, for sure. Venom, any thoughts?
On the record, I'd like to say Savachka was plat in season 11 and was gold last season.
Yep.
So
Oh,
I don't want to get toasted
so
for
he
saying he was
was-
silver.
he was plat.
Check your facts.
He
Check-
was
checking
plat.
facts,
Last
checking
season was
facts.
gold. Yeah.
Yes.
But this team's not bad. This team's actually, I think this team will surprise people. I think PyPy is underrated as much as PyPy is the prize cow in the last 2 drafts in terms of how much people bid on him. PyPy is very good, and PyPy makes his teammates better. He will coach and help his teammates get better at the game, and they will get better as the season goes on. He did that with Colin at ADC in season 1. And I don't know how much he helped Murph last season, but I think he definitely talks. He knows a lot about the game and talks a lot about the game, and always is trying to improve. I know he hit Masters at the end of last season as well. Murph, very good. Played top, or he played AD last season.
Yep.
Very solid player. I think with him and PyPy, I'd assume they probably go mid AD, some sort of combination of that. Tubby's a solid support. Good Seraphine, good Soraka. Savage guy, I'll be honest, I have no
He's a newcomer.
no
He's a
clue.
rookie. So
He's new, but plat jungle. This team's I think they have a chance to do really well. I think I put them low end probably 5, 6. High end, I think they could probably take 3rd, 4th in regular season.
Yeah, the other thing is I've heard rumors, and I think Dandy is actually going top. So PyPy mid, and then Murph ADC, and then Chewbacca and
Makes
Tubby
sense.
are staying the same. But yeah, like I said, I think this team is not bad. I think it's going to be middle of the pack as a team that's still not sure what we're really aiming for yet. But moving on to the next team, Elend's Entourage. So this was a team that didn't draft anyone like max bid right away. And honestly, it was kind of a shocker because Sopan went in and first day, like literally 18 people, or like I don't even know how many people got max bid right off the bat, but Sopan didn't even like put a bid in. I'm pretty sure to like
it was later in the day,
like day one. I'm pretty sure or something like
3 a.m.
or 3 a.m. Like
yeah,
day two.
it was late.
Yeah, so day two.
Yeah,
day
day
two
one into day two.
Yeah, so day two of the draft, going into like 3 a.m. He finally put a bid in, and honestly, Elend's Entourage, I'm gonna be honest, this is probably a top 3 team. I'm not gonna lie. So you effectively have 3 diamond players and a masters player. No.
Yeah, and masters.
Sopan's masters.
Yep.
So you have 3 diamond players and then Flash of Night. And honestly, Flash of Night, I think he's only an emerald or plat player, or high plat. I can't remember. I think he might be emeralds. But I mean, he's a solid player. I mean, he played mid. I'm pretty sure. La Liga season 1.
I think he played AD.
Oh no, because it was no, it wasn't Trubby Turtle. I can't remember his name. Who played mid lane? But honestly, Flash of Knight's a solid mid laner because he has played mid in the league before, a long time ago. I know his Azir's really good. I peeked in him a couple days ago. He's been playing like Azir, Galio, a couple other picks. So he's not gonna. I don't think he'll be that big of a deficit to his team. And like overall, really well balanced team. Everything we said, like Sopan, everyone thought Sopan was kind of trolling with his picks. Like, what is he doing? Is he gonna do anything? Is he asleep? But honestly, he's got a great team, and like I said, I think this is a top 3 team. Bhrisy, any thoughts?
Yeah, I absolutely. And then it really I mean, looking at his team over the past, like since draft ended, very worried for week 1 because this is our opponent. I mean, Sopan absolutely cooked. I mean, getting XRAY, and again, I can't get over the fact that this guy locked down Injustice as late as he did in the draft. Injustice should not have went that long without being drafted. It's unreal. So yeah, I mean, you're looking at 3 diamond players. You know, Sopan being previous master. I mean, it's insane. This is a team that every team is going to have to be prepared to lose at least 1 lane, if not more than that. And you got Sopan kind of running the show from the jungle, which he has a lot of experience in. It's one team you're going to have to really prepare for.
Yeah, Venom, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a big Sopan fan.
Same.
Sopan fan.
Yeah, same.
Sopan fan.
Since
He's a good-looking guy. Good-looking guy.
Since 2015, I'm a big Sopan fan. Yeah, no, I think this team's really good. I think Injustice, like so when I saw him playing La Liga season 4, he was on Paul's team as well, and I know they have pretty good synergy. Injustice is a solid top laner. I think he had a little bit weaker season last season in general, but I think he'll bounce back. Like I said, he's solid top laner. He ended up getting to, I think, D4 at the end of last season. Paul knows how to play around top lane. Like, he's played around top lanes. He knows how to help Injustice get ahead. Or if Injustice is getting camped by, Paul knows how to counter that. Flash of Night, I don't know if I'm mixing him up, but I think he played ADC in Summit season 1 with Baratel support. What I can't think of that. Radar Jungle's team. Power of Imports.
Yeah.
I think he played for Power of Imports. His AD was solid. I'm sure his mid lane is just as solid. XRAY, from what I've heard, is very good and also very vocal and communicative. Very good team player. I don't know anything about Usurper. He's D2. I think he peaked D2, so he must be pretty good.
Yeah, he's
So pretty good bot lane, good
rookie bot
jungler that
lane.
knows how to,
Mhm.
rookie bot lane, good jungler that knows how to play around
Mhm.
different lanes, understands the game at a high level. I think this team's. I don't know if we're doing. I put him top 2, if not number 1.
Oh.
If
Yeah,
like yeah,
force to reckon with.
I think if they practice, which I know Paul is pretty good about setting scrims up
Yep.
and flex queues and stuff, I think they could be top 2. If not
Wow.
number 1.
Yeah, I was not expecting a number 1. I was just expecting a
I'm a
general
Paul
area.
fan. I'm a Paul fan.
I know that. I played with him last season. He's an exceptional leader. He does a lot for his Summit team, so I can respect it.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Sorry, one last thing. His drafts are also insane.
Oh,
His draft prep is extremely in depth and extremely
Can't
thorough.
Master
So,
preparation. Master
I
preparation.
I think that's something most other teams do not have outside of maybe like Rob and Dean probably have good draft prep, but outside of that,
Yeah.
like everyone's probably good, but Paul is like very thorough.
Yeah, and let's move on to the next team. Gawr's kindergarten class. This is Bhrisy's team. This is probably gonna be another fan fave team. Just with Bhrisy being on this team. So we got
I hope so.
Bhrisy on the top lane. I'm gonna guess Gawr in the jungle. Never saw mid lane. Heiko bot lane, and then Sauce Chos in the support role. Bhrisy,
Saucy Chos.
Saucy Chos. Can I?
Yeah. I'll correct you on that one. I am unbelievably excited to play with everybody on this team. I mean, I came into last season and Gargoomba was the first manager who took a shot on me. So I'm coming back this season to show him that the draft pick on me was also worth it.
Respect.
So he locked down what I'm gonna say is gonna be the greatest mid laner this season, which is Never Saw.
Whoa.
I mean she's an absolute animal. I mean, in our team chats, the Azir spam for me will never get old. And I'm expecting many teams to start banning that out early and often, because both in the showcase as well as our few scrims that we've had so far, she's put on, and I think that there's going to be a lot of carry potential coming out of that mid lane. Me, I'm gonna do my best to go up against these absolute titans of top laners, but I've got a little bit more familiar with them after last season. And Heiko, I mean, we played against him last season. He's got a great Ezreal. I'm not super familiar with him as an ADC, so I look forward to learning a little bit more about him. And then Saucy Chos, I think this was the support steal of the draft. The rank I don't think properly reflects how he is as a player, and I'm sure Heiko could vouch for that. But it's going to be a super fun season playing with all these guys, and it's gonna be fun.
Let's go. Yeah, Venom. Any thoughts?
Yeah. So their top laner's pretty thick.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I've been
overall,
cooking in the off season.
All right.
I think Briss. And that's not just because Brissy's here. I think Brissy's a solid budget top lane pick. Like he goes for $600, and last season he played he weak sided every single game. He did not get ganks almost at all.
Very few.
The story sounds very familiar for some reason.
Yeah. True. Same ADC too. But I think
different ADC.
Yeah, I think
wait,
Gawr,
no, it was the same ADC. Never mind, you're right.
Yeah, you won a La Liga Season 4 with Rob and his 4 supports.
I totally forgot.
Come on. Yeah, I know, because you guys sent us to losers. But no, I think this team's solid. Gawr's a good jungler. I think I know he played a lot more mid before last season, but I think he's putting a lot more work and effort in jungle. So I think he's definitely probably improved there. Never thought she's a monster. I all I hear is how good she is, and I think her along with Gawr at jungle, I think she can get a lot of prio and a lot of they'll win a lot of 2v2s in that in the mid lane in jungle fights. And I think they could push that mid jungle lead to the bot lane. Summit Season 1 we had Logrish and Pai and we got all the way to we got second place with the strategy of having an insane jungle mid duo. And I think this team can do something similar. Obviously, Bhrisy, no offense, David was our top laner, so it's a little weaker on top side on in top lane, but their bot lane is probably similar-ish in skill to Colin and I were. So I think this team will be really good. I think as long as they practice, and I think Never saw. She seems like she's very open to helping teach and
Very
helping them
knowledgeable.
learn in terms of macro play. So I think this will be a solid team. I think it'll be a top half, if not. Yeah, I think it'll be a top half for sure, assuming they practice and like get that synergy.
Yeah,
I think
Gar's gonna have to. Yeah, Gar's gonna have to learn from last season because Patrick. I mean, you can vouch we didn't really have a ton of that.
Hey, but the karma went hard though. That last
did.
scrim, that karma went hard. But no, it's a solid team.
All right, yeah. I actually want to say this is another team that I probably put top 3, maybe 4th.
I can see
so, but yeah, let's move on to the next team, Savage Mongoose Dynasty. So much dog.
SMD.
Team. SMD.
Yep. I'm very excited for this
much
team.
Dog, Mr. Casey. So top lane, Riven player 3, X Challenger player, So Much Dog, Nico in the mid lane, Shrubby Turtle, and Butts. So, right now, this team, like on paper, is good, but in scrims, I'm leaking scrims again. I'm not very impressed with how this team looks so far.
Yeah,
maybe they'll scale, but Riven player, if you give this guy Riven, which we gave him twice, he's got some carry potential. But my one concern, though, for this team right now is the Shrubby Turtle in Bud spot lane. Shrubby Turtle is used to be a support player, but is role swapped to the ADC role. Has been playing it quite a bit. Has been improving, but overall not too excited for him yet. But he can still get there. He's my boy. I respect him. He has a lot to learn though about the role. And then Butts, he's not on ADC finally. He's not on
yes
ADC. He's got the support role, so he can finally play Bard. He can
third time's the charm to get what you want to play.
So yeah, I'm excited for Butts to finally get to play support. It's gonna be an interesting one. However, the top side is definitely their strong side. So It's going to come down to like how can the top side carry effectively, and then like bot lane, how well can they, get a lead or like stall out so their team can get that lead and then transition it into the bot lane. So right now, for me personally, I'm putting this team at probably the middle of the pack again, 4, 5, 6. But realistically, I want to put them like 7th, 8th. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's still playoffs.
It's still playoffs, so we'll see. Bhrisy, any thoughts?
Well, I have a little bit of bias because I know 2 of these players personally.
Oh.
Butts, like I said in the beginning of the episode, right. He was the guy who put me onto Summit, and I've enjoyed my time. And then Riven player 3, I've known him for quite a while, ever since.
Oh.
Geez. Probably senior year of high school. Now, back then, I've experienced his grind when he was playing Riven 16 hours a day, and I'll tell you that guy can play top lane. I think this was a great pick by So Much Dog. Granted, when you do name your in-game name after a champion, you're going to be targeted on those bans. So I think that he's going to have to open up that champ pool a little bit more, but I easily will put him in top 3 top laners by far, if not
agree.
top 2. So much dog. He's very known for his Rengar, and I think that he has full capability of putting the team on his back a little bit in the jungle, given he has, the right champion. Nico, not super familiar. I know he is an insanely strong mid laner, so I don't really have a ton of worry in their solo lanes. But you have to take into account Butts is a 2-time finals player. He's been in the finals every single time. So he's got that experience. He knows what needs to be done to get to the championship. And we'll just have to see if he can bring that experience to his new team and pull out another one, because I know desperately he does not want that average ranking to go down.
I can respect that. And Venom, any thoughts?
One word, Bard.
Bard.
That's a great way to move on to the next team.
Realistically, I think this team will be pretty good. I think Colin knows how to weak side. Colin's weak sided 2 seasons in a row. He's finally gets to play support. I think him and Shrubby will be fine weak siding. Nico's good mid. I think it'll be a little tougher with the mid competition this season getting a little better, but Nico I think could still hold his own. Don't know much about Room Player 3, but if you're a challenger at some point, the skill's still in there. Still in there.
Just
obviously, the game's much different. It's much different from I think season 7 when he was challenger, and obviously he's gonna get ribbon banned every game. But you have to have a basic skill of the game. So I think he'll be fine as long as he puts in the time. So much dog. I haven't seen him play much. I know he's pretty solid I know he's good Rengar. I don't remember if he played La Liga season 4. He might have, but been a little bit. But I think they'll be solid. I don't think they'll be top team, but I don't think they'll be like a bottom team. Just depends on if they scrim, if they practice, and if they do the prep.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're gonna speed along through the last couple teams. We got Crayola Consumers, so it's Owen top lane, My Hot Daddy in the jungle, Odysseus in the mid lane, Red Ranger in the bot lane, and then PPW Slammer.
BBW Slammer.
BBW Slammer. Like I said, I can't speak. If you have known me, I don't know how to speak English very well. But yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna say one word. Owen.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I mean, there's not a lot to say about this team. I mean, it's definitely got some really good pieces. Owen in the top lane, Charles in the mid lane, Odysseus, Red Ranger, BBW Slammer. He's new to the league. I don't know him, but My Hot Daddy is the one piece that I'm like not sure how he's gonna do, because he's historically a mid laner, but he's playing jungle. So we'll see how he shapes up. Bhrisy.
Gotcha.
Quick thoughts.
Well, you can walk through. Don't worry. I'm gonna add to your one word, and I'm gonna add. Okay, I guess this would only be 2 words, but I'm gonna add BBW Slammer to Owen. The way he's been popping off in the forums, the general chat, we're all BBWs this season, and so he's gonna have to show that. So I mean, I got some familiarity with Charles Odysseus in the mid lane. He was one of the bright points of DPT last season, so I got no worries with him. And yeah, Owen in the top lane. The guy ran the top lane last season, so I don't expect that to change. I think this is going to be a middle of the pack team, if not top 4, top 3.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. Venom, quick thoughts.
I put him top. One of the top teams. Owen's insane. I think Was there 3 diamond top laners this season? Him, Dunk, and Injustice. Unless I'm missing some. That I don't think I'm missing.
I don't remember every single top.
Yeah, but
laner.
I think those were the 3 diamand top laner or diamond plus top laners, I should
Mhm.
say. Obviously, Owen, I think peaked Masters. I don't think he got GM, but he's at least Masters, if not GM.
Hang on, I lied. Sunny Blues technically is
Oh,
diamond,
yeah.
and he's playing top.
Okay. I forgot he's playing top. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yep.
Yeah, but Owen's insane. My Hot Daddy is a good piece on a team. He doesn't need to be the carry. We've seen people play Sejuani duty and win titles. Gix. Sonny was on Sej duty season 1, Summit season 1. Gix again while League of season 4 played Sejuani. Like, you know, like you could put if you have an insane rest of your team, you could put a guy on Sejuani in the jungle and do well. Charles is insane. Owen's gonna tank bans if Charles gets some like champs like Akshan. He's gonna
Oh God, Akshan.
Akshan, Zed.
Yeah.
If any of those are really meta, he's gonna pop off. Red Ranger is solid AD. He does like he's a good off carry. Like he doesn't have to be the main carry of the team on this team, and I think he excels when he's not the primary carry and is kind of like that secondary or tertiary carry. BBW Slammer's gonna slam some BBWs this season.
Yep.
Know nothing about him, but if you got a name like that, you're gonna show up when it matters most. So
Yeah.
I think this team will be top 3 if they practice and get it and keep like get their comm, make sure
Yeah.
they have good comms and stuff. I think
Sure.
they'll be top 2 maybe.
Sure. Let's move on to the second to last team, Team Goblin. So we got Lord Kobayashi in the top lane, Ryan in the jungle, Asuna RS in the mid lane, Goblin ADC, and then Big Dummy 69, which is also aka Dean. If you don't know who Dean is a Boise State or an ex Boise State player. He hit Challenger forever ago, but I'm pretty sure he's still like Grandmasters or Masters, something like that.
Yeah,
so,
Challenger Grandmaster.
Yeah, he's a Grandmaster, Masters, basically a Challenger support. So, but I've heard rumors that he is playing mid lane. So I guess we'll see how he does in the mid lane. He's a Challenger player, so he probably knows how to play every role too. Yeah. At least Diamond Plus would be my guess. So, overall, I think this team, though, is really good. A lot of really good pieces. I think Asuna is, Lord Kobayashi is a support player. So, Asuna's going to be in the top lane. Once again, probably just going to draw that Yone ban. Really, if you give that man Yone, he will find a way to be impactful in the game. So, we'll see how that goes. But right now, I can definitely see this team being at least 4 or 5 at least, if not higher. So,
yeah.
Bot lane carry, bot lane carry, bot lane carry. I mean, you got Goblin mixed up with Big Dummy 69, and they're gonna wreak havoc on all bot lanes.
Yep.
Got Ryan in the jungle, super solid player. Asuna, if that layout is correct and he is mid lane, still gonna probably draw that Yone ban.
Yep.
But either way, I think just based off that bot lane, this team's gonna have a real solid season and definitely make playoffs.
Yep.
I just got a quick one. Like I said, assuming if this is the bot lane, like a lot of Rob's teams, they have to win through bot. Logic's a very good player, as Lilia is solid top lane or jungle when he plays it. I think it'll live and die by the bot lane, which I think is kind of how a lot of Rob's teams have gone in the past. If Dean is playing mid, obviously it changes the dynamic. Then obviously they don't have to solely win through bot. Dean can get a good lead mid depending on who he's playing against. So I think it'll be a good team. Like I said, I know Rob plays a lot of League, and I'm sure they'll scrim a decent amount if possible. And I think it'll be a good team. Lives and dies by the bot lane, like I said, like a lot of Rob's teams.
Yeah, and the final team, Beaver Brigade, Dunk, I don't even know how to say that.
Asian
Jason. He was neutral Azrael last season.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna say neutral Azrael, so I don't
That's
it
fine.
up. World Soup,
That's
them,
fine.
and Barbecued Leona. Honestly, probably one of the most solid drafts. Honestly, you have a lot of really good pieces here. Honestly, I'd probably put this team once again probably top 5 at least. I know we're missing I know I'm missing like a 9th place team right now, but like overall, like I still think like this team alone is like top 5 minimum because like there's so many good pieces. You have Dunk, which is a rookie, Aatrox player, but he's hit diamond, so he's probably got a lot more champs than people realize. I mean,
Yep.
them legendary ADC, and then pairing it with a barbecue Leona. That's a legendary name as well. But once again, probably gonna draw that Leona ban. And a Neutral legend himself. I mean, he brought a lot of content himself last season. So, but yeah.
Yeah, he was a mid lane player last season, moving into the jungle.
I think he's still mid lane because I think World Soup is a jungler.
Oh, is it?
I think I'm going to disagree with you on that. I'm pretty positive that he's going to be playing jungle this season.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too.
And so
I'm getting my facts wrong.
him playing mid lane last season, he's just as good of a player in the jungle. So I don't think that there's going to be any lacking on this team for objectives, things like that. But you do have to take into consideration him and Thim were on the team last season that ended up losing a player. And in general chat, he's already taken bets to see who's going to be lost on this team this season. So that's just a joke. But solid bot lane, solid jungle, solid top lane. World Soup coming in taking care of the mid lane. He will have some tough competition, but I do think this team's pretty solid.
Sweet. Venom, quick thoughts. Let's go. Quick thoughts.
Dunks, I think rank wise is top 3. I think he peaked D2, so he's a top. I think by rank he's top 3 top laners.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked in his champ pool, but he's pretty solid. Like Diamond, I think he peaked Diamond 2, which is like I said, one of the better top laners. So outside of Owen, I think he'll be able to get an advantage. Jason is a content king of just.
Yep. Yeah.
He is watching his streams one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He will not be lacking in trash talk if they're winning or if they're losing. So I think they're one of the top 3 trash talk teams with OT Gators team, and Red Rangers. I don't know much about World Soup. Thim, the greatest 110 ping ADC. I don't know how he does it. He's very solid. Putting him with a good support like Barbecue Leona, who I think peaked Masters.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Barbecue Leona peaked Masters. You can fact check me on that, but he's at least high Diamond on Masters. But that's an insane bot lane to compete with the other insane bot lanes. Like I said, this is going to be a really good team, I think. I think it's a very solid team, and I think World Soup is friends with them, I think, is what I heard. So this team's going to be, I think it's a top 3 team. I think this team, Red Rangers team, and Paul's team are top 3 in my mind palace.
Masters,
I'll have to go back and read and see how many top 3 teams you had, dude.
Yeah.
No way. X-Ray's put 7 teams in 4 to 6.
Yeah.
There's only 3 teams I said top 3.
Yeah. So
I said some 4th, but no, I think they'll be a top. I think they'll be a top 3 team, assuming they practice and stuff, which I think they will. Which I've said to most teams. If they put the time in, they'll be top 3.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that is going to wrap up all the teams. But, like everyone is wondering, predictions are coming back. And this time we will actually have a loser and a winner for predictions. And let me just show you guys what we have. Here are the predictions for week 1. So, first off, everyone in the content team will be doing predictions. The winner will not have to do anything, and then second and third won't have to do anything. However, if whoever is the lowest picked person or has the lowest incorrect answers, they will have to get a poster of the winner and hang it on the background of their camera. And it is going to be good because they can pretty much put anything. It's going to be PG-13 though, so we will we do have some rules here. So PG-13, but yes, in one day, hang on, I'm going to switch back to this. You could see Bhrisy in the background of my camera right here. And
That's the goal.
That's the goal. He's going to be sitting in the background. Actually, he's probably going to be over here. Yeah, you could see Bhrisy in the background of my camera.
DM me for ideas for what picture.
Yeah. So let's go over the predictions for week 1. So we have myself, Bhrisy, Venom, Sunny, and then SG is going to be special guest. So this week, I asked Lezeric to come in and do our votes. So first off, we have the Academy versus Beaver Brigade. So overall, pretty standard. We have 3 the Academy, and it happened to just all be the Academy the teams.
Interesting.
And then Bhrisy and Venom went with Beaver Brigade. Bhrisy, I just want to hear your thoughts real quick on why you went with Beaver Brigade.
Yes. So give me 1 second here. Pull up. So the reason I went with Beaver Brigade is purely, I think, because of the way the teams stack up. No shade to you, XRAY. I do think Asian Jason is going to have a little bit better grip on the jungle and be able to maneuver around the map a little bit better. But you're absolutely, you can prove me wrong on that.
I'm gonna prove a lot of people wrong. That's for sure.
On top of that, I mean, there is the glaring fact that World Soup is going to be put up against mid 2 easy. So I don't really see that going super great on the side of Beaver Brigade, but I think overall the bot lane plus the jungle matchups, I think that is going to give Beaver Brigade the edge over the Academy.
All right, sweet. And moving on to game 2, so T-God is Team GodSpeed versus Team Goblin. It's really confusing, but if anyone can't read it, here are the predictions. Everyone went with Team Goblin besides Sunny Blues. I'd ask him why he went with Team GodSpeed, but he didn't give me an answer. So everyone here is in agreement. Team Godspeed, or sorry, Team Goblin is definitely one of the teams to beat this season with their bot lane and just their team in general. Yeah. Moving on to the third game, FF, which is Fraud Watch. Wait, I put FF. Oh,
Froggy Fighters is not in this season.
Yeah, so Fraud Watch. Sorry,
Sporadic is not playing.
I'm a rookie apparently. So Fraud Watch versus Crayola Consumers. It's no surprise, everyone with Crayola Consumers. Fraud Watch is going to be one of those teams. They can surprise us. I would love to be proven wrong. I would accept a loss from this game.
I do not think it'll be this series.
I don't think it'll be this series.
They have some that they'll be better matched up against, but against that team, I do not think they do not match up well against them.
I would agree. Yeah, they're definitely one of the teams that is going to be really hard to beat this season. Moving on to the fourth match, Team Lord Tubbyton versus Savage Mongoose Dynasty, and I went with Team Lord Tubbyton with same thing with special guests, and then the other 3 gentlemen went with Savage Mongoose Dynasty. And I'll just share my thoughts with going with Lord Tubbyton. I honestly think Lord Tubbyton is a little bit more stacked up better. I think Venom has said, Pyros is definitely one of those underrated players. He's still a really good player, and I'm pretty sure he will still be playing in that mid lane. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have a lot of impact into these games. So I think overall, Lord Tubbyton is a lot better team. Once again, it came down to me screaming Savage Mongoose Dynasty, and I was not very impressed.
I will make one comment on my pick here. I think this is probably the closest. This is the biggest toss-up series I think out of the 5. I don't have any insight into how Tubby's teams, if they've scrimmed or how their scrims have gone or practiced or whatever, or Savage Mongoose. I think it'll be close. I think it could go either way. I think it'll go to a game 3. I I am biased because I am very good friends with PyPy, so if they win, I don't mind it, but this is to motivate PyPy.
This is to motivate.
If there's one moment of this whole thing PyPy has to watch, it's this moment. This is to motivate PyPy to crush the heart and souls of Colin. Love Colin. I love Colin as well, but
gotta choose one. Gotta choose one.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it'll be interesting.
And our final game, Elend's Entourage versus Gawr's kindergarten class. 3 of us went with Elend's Entourage, and 2 of us went with Gawr's kindergarten children. Bhrisy, I would ask you why you went with this, but it's a little bit. It sounds like it's a little bit of a bias, just because you just happen to be on that team. You just happen to be on that team.
It's going to be a matchup. One of the matchups this season. I am always going to vouch for my team on pulling out the W, but I will say this matchup will be very tough. I have confidence we pull it out. If we don't pull it out, I'll tell you it's going to be close.
All right.
Before I think obviously this is our last. I just want to quick comment on this. I know, no offense to Heiko and Saucy Choss, but XRAY and Usurper are about to clap that bot lane.
We'll hold you to that.
Oh no, yeah, you can quote me on that.
We're quoting him.
Hey, I heard Heiko's ping doubled and is now at 16 or 12.
Oh.
So his ping's at 12. I don't know if he could do it. I do hear Ezreal's strong, but I think Paul's
shots with that ping.
Yeah, I think Paul's draft preparation will be stronger. Yeah, I think Elend. I think Paul's team just matches up very well against this team.
Yeah.
I think the big thing is how big of a lead can Neversaw get, and how much can Paul defend Flash of Night in the mid lane against Neversaw.
For sure.
But it'll be fun.
Yeah, and that is where we're gonna wrap up episode 0 of The Climb. Today, I have been your host, XRAY. These 2 fine gentlemen, Venom and Bhrisy, have been joining me, and once again, we will be seeing one of them at least every week. So thank you, Venom and Bhrisy. I'll probably get you guys back in the next coming weeks. So yeah.
Roger that.
I want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you next week in The Climb.
Summit Season 3!